Hey, before we begin, I just want to make sure I let you know that there are only a couple days left to enroll in group coaching. Now, you might be wondering, why would I want to enroll in intuitive eating group coaching? Like, what's the benefit of that? Well, there's something I refer to as the head nod effect. And what that really means is you never feel alone. You feel understood. Not only are you getting support, strategies, tools, implementation of intuitive eating from me, but you also have this amazing community of other women who are on their own journey for healing their relationship with food and body. But there's so much head nodding. There's so much understanding and compassion and encouragement that comes from group coaching. You can't get that on your own. So if you are interested, don't miss out. Enrollment is closing this week. Head to www.theintuitiveeatingmama.com/group coaching. I'm going to put a quick link in the show notes. I don't want you to miss this opportunity, not just for the head nod effect, not just for the community part and no longer feeling alone and isolated and misunderstood, but so that you can literally spend the rest of your life living in food freedom, not stressing about food, no longer experiencing food guilt, accepting and respecting the body you're in. That's all the things that I know come out of working together. Head into the show notes. Don't waste another moment, and then we'll get started with this episode. Welcome to the Intuitive Eating Mama podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer D'Amato. I am an intuitive eating counselor, and I'm also a mom to 4. This podcast is not just for mamas, it's for all women who are ready to ditch diets, ditch the scale and food guilt forever, and instead invite peace with food, increase their body trust, and confidence in all of her choices. I believe this show is going to shed some light on sneaky ways diet culture has infiltrated your thoughts, your family, and your well-being. No matter the episode, I want you to walk away feeling informed, inspired, and encouraged. So whether you're taking a walk, washing the dishes, or carting kids around, let's dive into the latest episode on the Intuitive Eating Mama podcast. So I'm curious, have you ever spent time really thinking about the connection between how you feel about food and any food, all foods, and how you feel about your body? Like really taking a deeper look at that connection between your relationship with food and your relationship with your body. They're so intertwined. I mean, there's really no getting around that. It's been there forever for you. So, I want to talk today about 3 steps to developing a healthy food and body image connection. I believe it's possible. I believe it's necessary. I really do. I believe it's necessary to have that connection be something that in and of itself is healthy. So the first step really is to take a look at the relationship. Take a look at the connection between food for you and how you feel about your body. What is your current body image? Is it negative? Is it neutral? Is it positive? How is your relationship with food? Is it neutral? Is it negative? Is it positive? Oftentimes what I see is if we have this negative relationship with food, we're judgmental. We use a lot of shoulds and shouldn'ts. We've been dieting for years and years. Oftentimes our body image is pretty negative too. I would say if I had done this exercise, if I had really decided in the midst of my orthorexia to look at this connection, of course I was ignoring it, wouldn't listen to anybody. It was really bad. But if I had looked at this, my relationship with food was not good. There were so many rules I was following, and if I didn't follow them, there was penance, right? I had to punish myself, fix it, overcorrect, all of those things. and how I felt about my body, you would think, right? This is what we believe. We think I'm pursuing weight loss, I'm losing weight. I was in the smallest body I've ever been in my adult life, ever. I would say close to like, I don't know, maybe teenage weight. It was not good. It was very not good. And my body image was garbage. I don't think I had ever picked my body apart more. I really don't. I was in the mirror many times a day. I was on the scale many times a day. I could find flaws everywhere. I could find flaws flexing when I saw muscles, in my clothes. If there was even a hint of a bump, I mean, I was picking myself apart constantly. So I really can prove now, looking back at it, of course, I had a really destructive relationship with food and I had a really destructive body image. So I think that first step has to be looking at it. And the reality is sometimes we're hard at doing it with ourselves. I mean, look at my own personal example. I was so blinded by where I was. I was so deep in disordered eating. I could not see how bad it was. Because of course, for me, with orthorexia, everything's in the name of health. You might be able to see it if that's not something you struggle with, but I do think it's hard. I think because, I'm so focused on my body and improving my body. If you are hyper focused on your body, I'm guessing you're probably hyper focused on food, and neither of those is really healthy. And we want a healthy connection. So step one is taking that really honest, deep look, even if it's uncomfortable and lands you in a place of, well, that's not good. What do I do? Because then we can walk into the next step. Something my clients hear from me often is we have to address the relationship with food first. Like, I think we want to feel better in our body. We want to improve our body image. Even if improving means neutral, we just don't want to hate it anymore. But the reality is, I believe the next step is actually addressing your relationship with food first. And I have some good reason for that. I really do. Let me explain how that looks with the work with my clients, and hopefully you can see why the food relationship has to come first. My first reason is you need a win. I mean, let's be honest. If you've struggled for years with food, how you feel about your body, with dieting, messages, all of that, I feel like you just need a win. You just need to feel successful. You need to also start building trust with your body. That comes when we work on your relationship with food. Those wins will come. That success will feel so good. It will build confidence. It will rebuild trust with your body. That's one. My second reasoning is oftentimes food is a reward or a punishment directly related to our body. So we need to actually work on that piece. We need to resolve that piece. We need to do our best to remove that piece before working on body image. Because there's a whole lot that comes up with body image, and any of my clients will attest to this part. The body image work is hard. The body image work comes later because, dang, it's hard work. It's not that there's not things woven in when we're healing our relationship with food. Like I said, there's a deep connection here. But to really focus on improving your body image, it's hard work. It's deep thought work. And of course it comes with all of the messages still coming at you, whether it's, ads or friends or just freaking social media garbage that's out there. It's hard work. So we address the food. We address the food first. Again, I think you can weave body image in because they're so connected. But when we're really talking about solely working on body image, really digging deep on that work, I believe coming second to healing our relationship with food is important. Now, there might be other people who totally disagree. I hear you. I'm just telling you what I know works for the women I work with, what worked for me, and what I really believe works in the principles of intuitive eating. All right, let's get to step number 3 to help you develop a healthy food and body image connection. Stop trying to do it all on your own. Now, listen, I think you're amazing. Period. End of sentence. Like, you're amazing. My clients are amazing. I think I am pretty amazing. And yet, this work of developing a healthy food and body image connection, it was hard when I tried to navigate it on my own. You want to know why? Our brains are amazing. They're going to do whatever it takes to keep you safe and for you to feel safe. So you start going down this path, digging deeper, really pulling apart food rules, working on improving body image, and your brain's like, excuse me, ma'am, please stop. This hurts. This is hard. I don't like this. And you're going to. And that's not because there's anything wrong with you. There wasn't anything wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with the women I work with. It's just your brain is like, could you not? I have enough going on. So when we build it into the context of our work together and we take these smaller steps, you also have unbelievable support, encouragement, strategies, tools, like all of these things built in to actually even help your brain go, okay. Maybe that's just the way my brain talks. Like, this isn't too bad. I can handle this. I love when I hear that from my clients, like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that part. That doesn't seem so bad. Because we're so used to like, well, I have to fix everything all at once. Like that's not what this is. This is really just one moment, one step, one thought, one action at a time. Go ahead, take a moment, just kind of assess, all right, am I at step 1? Am I already at step 2? Do I need to be at step 3? There's no right or wrong answer there. But sometimes we need to go back to step 1 and really just acknowledge that relationship. Maybe even pre-step 1 and go, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's a relationship between these two things. How did I not know that? I think we're not taught these things well, if we're taught them at all. I mean, just imagine. I love this part. Imagine for a moment, and if you're driving, don't close your eyes. But if you're not, just close your eyes just for a second and imagine if you were young, 10 years old, 11, 13, 15, going through puberty. Anyway, you're in those ages somewhere, and someone actually taught you this, that this was imparted on you, that food neutrality, body neutrality. What if you were taught, like, you're not going to feel great about your body every day, and that's totally normal. It doesn't mean you need to go on a diet. Literally, that's how my kids live. This is the conversations. Some days you're like, dang, I got it. Like, everything's amazing. And other days you're like, I'm going to wear sweatpants and the biggest shirt I have because I just feel like crap today and everything looks terrible and the world is ending. And then you move on from it. It doesn't become this big deal. I love watching my kids walk through that. All right, I hope this was helpful. I hope you found the step you need to start at, and it might be step 1. You might be at step 3, and that you can start taking action to help develop that healthy food and body image connection. All right. If you heard the announcement at the beginning, group coaching is open. This is stuff we address. I want you in there. I'd love you to join. That head nod effect when you share your struggles or you're getting coaching on a specific topic is a game changer. Head into the show notes. I can't wait to welcome you in group coaching, and I can't wait to be right back here next week.